Hantavirus pulmonary syndrome, also known as HPS, is a severe respiratory disease caused by infection from a hantavirus. The first outbreak occurred in May of 1993 in the southwestern region of the United States. This area is known as the Four Corners, which includes Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah. A woman was first to die from the disease, and throughout the next few weeks, more cases of the disease were reported in the same area. During this time period, there were heavy rains which caused the deer mice population to rise. Deer mice transmit hantavirus to humans in the southwestern states. Cotton rats and rice rats transmit it in the southeastern states, and the white-footed mouse in the northeast. The most common way for humans to contract HPS is through airborne transmission. Hantavirus is in the urine, feces, and saliva of rodents, which humans can breathe in. Other ways it can be spread are from a human coming in contact with the urine, feces, or saliva, and then touching the mouth or nose, eating food contaminated by an infected rodent, or being bitten by an infected rodent. The types of hantavirus that cause HPS in the United States cannot be transmitted from human to human. The hantavirus was able to evolve mechanisms, such as using methods to evade the host's immune system and direct immune suppression, which is preventing the body from forming an immune response. Hantaviruses get into the host cell by endocytosis from attaching virions to the cellular receptors. This means that it is taken in by the host cell from binding to its surface. It replicates in the cytoplasm and gets released by exocytosis, which allows it to infect more cells. HPS develops in 4 stages. The incubation stage can last from 1 to 5 weeks. The person may not exhibit any symptoms. The warning sign stage is when the symptoms begin. Symptoms can start with a fever, muscle aches, and fatigue. Other symptoms may include headaches, dizziness, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. The cardiopulmonary stage, which means relating to the heart or lungs, can happen a couple of days after the initial symptoms, or as long as 10 days later. In this stage, the blood pressure drops and the blood vessels of the lungs begin to leak. This causes fluid to fill the lungs, which causes coughing and shortness of breath. One survivor described it as a tight band around my chest and a pillow over my face. Severe fluid accumulation can put the person in respiratory failure within a few hours. The convalescent stage happens if the person survives the respiratory problems in the cardiopulmonary stage. A recovery can take place within a few days, but the abnormal lung functioning could continue to persist for up to 6 months. There is no specific treatment, cure, or vaccine for HPS. If the person is diagnosed early on, they have a better chance of a good recovery. They would be intubated and given oxygen therapy in the intensive care unit. This form of treatment is when the extra oxygen is given through a tube, which is inserted into the mouth and then into the airway. In more severe cases, doctors may perform oxygenation. The person's blood would be continuously pumped through a machine, removing the carbon dioxide and adding oxygen, which is then returned back. In a newspaper article from September 1st, 2012, 4 more cases of hantavirus were reported in Yosemite National Park in California, bringing the total number to 6. 2 of the people have died. Those who were infected visited Yosemite between early June and mid-July. The majority of them stayed at Curry Village, which is where the tent cabins are located in the park. Before this report, 2 more case viruses were found, 1 in 2000 and 1 in 2010. In September of 2010, the Tuolumne Meadows Lodge at the park was assessed for hantavirus and received a high-risk rating for the disease. Park officials cleaned 400 camp structures and increased their normal routine measures to reduce the risk of the disease. The health of our visitors is our paramount concern, and we are making every effort to notify and inform our visitors of any potential illness, assured Don Newbaker, Yosemite superintendent. The best way to prevent yourself from getting HPS is to eliminate contact with rodents. Research shows that many people who develop HPS have been in frequent contact with rodents and/or their droppings near their home, work area, or campsites.